I still don't know intro, but new one. Hey everybody, this is Owlsy Sprocket here, and we are back in Fallout New Vegas with the Randomizer mod. Remember last time, we took care of our business with the... I almost said the Dark Brotherhood. They're not in this game. The Brotherhood of Steel, we dealt with some of the con stuff, and we... What else did we do? We did something important. Oh right, we did Come Fly With Me, and we... What's it called? Went to the Thorn and did that stuff for Red Lucy. But this time, I said at the end of last episode that maybe we should start doing some DLCs and mods. And we're going to begin one of those today. But first, I just want to say apologies for that scrappy intro, because I've just been fighting hand-to-hand with OBS for the last 5 minutes, but it's fine. Let's head here into this Hidden Valley bunker. No, there are actually two mods that take place in... A few mods that take place in here. We got some skeletons to deal with, but... There we go. Now, I was gonna say, we did have a quest to come talk to, Joey Burke and find out what was going on with him. Oh, that's a loud level up. Alright. Everything just kicked off right away. So, one thing I want to say real quick is that I did spend some time off screen selling a bunch of extra stuff I had picked up. So, part of that was to make sure I had enough money and I didn't need to keep picking everything up, but I keep picking stuff up. Oh well. But also, it was... it got me a little bit of experience, so I leveled up pretty quickly now. But, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So D6, reroll a 6. 4. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Medicine. Not a bad skill, and that's already at 80. So now it's a D4. 3. Which is 1, 2, 3. Lockpick goes up to 72. Very nice. And let me just count perks real quick. 28 perks. So, roll a D100. 29 above is a reroll. 7. I've been getting these real fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Home on the range. You can sleep at campfires. It's a perk. It exists. It could be worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's just me checking to make sure I had to take that perk. But there's worse perks.
Did you get my note?
Alright, let me explain what's going on first. Today we're going to do a little mod called the Deterrent. This is a pretty old mod at this point. It's been updated a couple of times. And if you're a fan of certain other more well-known Fallout New Vegas YouTubers, you may recognize Jameson. This is the mod that Paladin Jameson is from. But yeah, I figured we'd start with this one because it's a pretty neat one, and I played through most of it back in the day, but I never finished it. Yes, who are you?
My name's Jameson. Before we continue, I ran into this group of power armor calling themselves the Brotherhood of Steel. What do you know about them?
I'm best friends with them. Well, you're obviously a member of the Brotherhood.
Good observation. We're gonna need that on this job. So, do you want to hear my offer?
Sure. Yeah, let's hear it.
You merc types love to hear about the pay first, so we'll start with that. 2,000 caps on completion of the job.
That's chump change, but...
We'll be checking on another Brotherhood chapter. We'll be using the train in the next room. We received a distress call a couple days ago. Couldn't understand the message because of the interference. Nothing but static. We think something's happened to them. Storm City's a dangerous place. So, you interested?
Make it double.
You drive a hard bargain. It's a deal. I'll take what I can get. You got any questions?
Yes, make it triple. Oh, I get paid right away. Alright. There's a bunch of information that I can get, but I'm gonna say I still need to prepare.
Alright, don't take too long.
Because I'd like to loot this room. Alright, let's take a look around. And of course, the next perk pops in. So, same dice. 56 we can't do. 90, no. 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Mad Scientist PhD. I love getting these, apparently. As a Doctor of the Deranged, you can create mecha lobotomites capable of wielding guns, military cyberdogs, and cyberclaws. And an infinite supply of mecha roaches. Yeah, that's right. I can just spawn cyber roach minions now. Which is pretty neat. They gain living... Ooh. Actually, living anatomy is a really good perk to get. That's from getting my medicine up. If I just go to that one real quick. Living anatomy. Allows you to see the health and damage threshold of any target, and a plus 5% bonus to damage against humans and non-feral ghouls. And I forgot that I have long haul and I've been able to fast travel this whole time. That would have been really handy while I was selling things. Oh look, a campfire. I can craft or sleep. Now, most of the time, that might occasionally be nice, but most of the time that is going to slow the game down, because it's an extra choice that I have to make in the menu. You see, I'm leaving rebar clubs now. We're making progress. We're not taking everything, we're just taking almost everything. Because of powder gangers. Take that. They were armed pretty well. Well, Joey wasn't, but yes, unfortunately we weren't able to choose the other ending for I Know It Hurts, which is too bad. Basically, in I Know It Hurts, you talk to Joey and it becomes pretty clear that there's no right choice for this quest. Whether to kill him or Bob. I feel like the concession is that you never really know who's the right person to choose. But the skeletons didn't leave us a choice. They murdered Joey. So, oh well. Let's go back to Jameson.
Are you back to hear my offer?
Yes, let's hear it. Yeah, I'll take it. And I don't need any other information. He already told us we're taking a train there. I'm ready to travel.
Alright, here's the key to the door over there. Lead the way.
Hidden Valley Metro key added. It's unlocked. We get to fight our way through the Storm City underground tunnels. And we have Jameson helping us. I didn't bring any companions, but it's fine. There's only a very small amount of, valuable things to get during this adventure, so it's fine. Oh, and one thing I wanted to point out before we get too much farther. Last time, I was having trouble finding Dinner Bell. Apparently I had it in my inventory, so I don't know how I managed that, but I have it. Oh, and I grabbed a bunch of my other guns so that I'd be well prepared for whatever's ahead. What else do I have for missiles? Let's just stick with regular missiles for now. Alright. Put that away for a second. That requires a key that we don't have. Now, important note is that, oh, I didn't bring a grenade launcher, did I? Well, that was smart of me. Oh well, I have other ways to deal with it. Yeah, I brought some pulse grenades. Or I found some. That's impressive. There we go. Oh, and I should set up my hotkeys. Yeah, this area might be a little bit tricky because it's more likely than not, probably not going to actually be randomized, which is weird. Doesn't make any sense. Let's put pulse grenades on 6, pushy on 7, and that's probably fine for now. I should honestly have pushy on 1, but since I'm an unarmed character, it's a little baby Deathclaw. Alright, maybe this area is randomized. Because I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be a... Right? I want this gun. There we go. Ow! I should have maybe chosen better. Get my pulse slugs out. Ow, 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 ow. Where is Jameson? What is... There we go. That's better. Alright. Is he... Oh, he's just unconscious immediately. Good. Glad to see he's, keeping up with everything that's going on. Let's use a stim pack, because, as it turns out, I have a lot of stim packs. And I crafted some more. So we have even more stim packs. And it's kind of hard to tell what is and isn't randomized in this area, because I feel like the fact that there's been 2 sentry bots means maybe there's supposed to be sentry bots? Oh, that might actually be, I gotta hack this terminal very quickly. But I'm wondering if that's larger packs at work, because I think larger packs affects every mod. So it's possible those other things used to be sentry bots and were replaced. But, the extra spawned-in sentry bots were not replaced. I don't know what I'm talking about. This hacking minigame is taking all of my attention. It takes all my brain power to look at numbers and words. Plague. Paying. There we go. Oh, that's plaque, not plague. I can read. Got a couple of little notes here. It looks like it was a... Yeah, it was an engineer down here in the Storm City tunnels when everything happened with the bombs and all that. You know. All that stuff. Coyote Den Mother. Yes. That's just here. That makes sense. More books. Anything that's armor case of use? Big gecko steaks. Nothing in the briefcase. Civilian evacuation tunnel. Oh yeah, this is definitely randomized. They wouldn't have had tunnelers here. Take some Daenerys. Whoops. There we go. That was a weird battle dance, but fought each other eventually. What? I also found out in last episode that Mr. House is considered an abomination, so I can get an achievement by throwing dynamite at Mr. House clones. Right. Which one is... That seemed to do a pretty good job against something. Come on, get to this door. That worked. And you? There we go. I don't know how I almost forgot that my character is A, really good at unarmed strikes, and B, has a fist that electrocutes everything that it hits. Oh. Oh well. I'll find more ghouls for that challenge later. More 40mm grenades. I bought a load of 40mm grenades thinking I'd bring Mercy along, and then I totally forgot. Oh, it's a robot. Goodbye, robot. And I'm guessing some of these are also supposed to be ghouls, but... I'm not taking too much damage from this. There we go. Whoops. Good job, Jameson. Alright, let's just fist you. And now I can finish you with the pistol. There we go. Alright, I did a little bit of inventory management, and we're back. And I did use the Cyberwitch minion spawner just out of curiosity of, you know, what they actually look like, because it's been a while. And they're pretty neat looking. And that being said, I tried to turn it off just to get rid of them, and I did create a second one. So, that's a thing. Hopefully they're not too powerful. Alright, and let's keep pressing forward. Get a trunk here. Quite a few caps. I'll absolutely take that. Sunglasses, don't mind if I do. And I don't need a radiation suit. What do we got? More ghouls. There we go. Oh. They only have 87 health, so that's not too bad. What do we do about... Oh, that's a pulse grenade. That's nothing too worrying. Pulse grenades, I'm not worried about. There we go. I see. Just take him out. There we go. Ooh, nuke break. Very nice. And another ghoul, who clearly didn't learn from all the gunshots, so they should stay away. There we go. We'd have more en route, but... Take him out. Jameson keeps stealing my kills, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. Let's see what else these ghouls have on them, in case it's anything handy. I think I just double looted that corpse, which is interesting. Let's see here. Bunch of stuff there. More medics there. Another trunk with a load of caps in it. I'll absolutely take some caps. It's about the only thing I should bother looting nowadays, but then again, I came with a pretty limited arsenal here, so it may not be a bad idea to just occasionally take a weapon here and there. Of course, I think with the Brotherhood in the city, we'll have no shortage of weapons to choose from. And the same goes for all the mutants we're going to find, too. Looks like we got one more enemy, a couple more enemies through this door. There we go. And we're close to completing that challenge, which will be nice because that's a whole pile of experience. Which at this point, we need all the experience we can get. Because I'm running out of quests that we can do nice and easily. While killing things is admittedly a pretty solid way of getting experience at this point, it'll take a lot of kills to get level ups at this point. see. Caps. Caps. Got more ghouls down there. Actually, if I have a grenade, that'd be a good spot for it. Or a missile. Perfect opportunity. Sounds like we got a couple of ghouls in a couple of different places. Reavers can take a lot of hits. He had like 1,000 hit points. There we go. Burning through the durability on Maria, but nothing too bad. Jameson's down again. Up to 12 out of 15. And keep looting. Irradiated mute fruit, just what I needed. Take all that stuff, that's all valuable. More caps. Now, admittedly, I think there is one shop in the Deterrent that we can use these caps and valuables with. Other than that, it's just kind of sitting in our pocket until we get home to the Mojave. But we are finding some pretty valuable stuff around here, so I'll take it. Take the Brahmin skin to repair my armor. That stuff. I'll take a flashbang for fun. Vander root. And the rest of that can stay. Just the head of a roamer. That's just the Brahmin. Can keep moving. I did bring a couple of pistols to repair Maria once it gets low on durability, so I'm not too worried about that. Alright, nothing in that room. It's supposed to go that way. Do we have anything this way? Abandoned warehouse. Ooh. I don't remember exploring that before. Yeah, sure, let's check it out. What have we got? Mutants. Alright. I don't think Maria's going to be much help with a bunch of mutants. Let's take out the BB gun. Oh, he's got a support rifle. Not a bad start. 1 BB for 1 dead mutant. Definitely a good trade. Wait for him to maybe stop searching. Whoops. Forgot that I jump extremely high. It's a way to show off your position is to leap in the air like a rabbit. Do rabbits actually leap? I don't know if they do jump that high. They jump a lot. Uh-oh. Hopefully my recording didn't just cut out there for a moment. My second monitor just decided to die for a second. Should have kept OBS going, but here's to hoping. Jameson is cowering. It's good to see. Glad we got him with us. Gonna miss a launcher. Brute down. Another mutie over there. Wait for things to get peaceful again, and then take a shot. Unless he's about to find us. He hasn't discovered me yet, fascinatingly. There we go. He annihilated the roaches, but they seem to care all that much. I'll take your missile launcher and the board for now, because I can repair some more useful weapons with them. I'll take a minigun. Maybe we'll use it. Or maybe we'll sell it. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe the support rifle is actually a unique weapon added in the Deterrent. It's a sort of assault rifle plus, almost. That was a crit to the body, but not doing all that much damage. We're gonna need a weapon with a bit more oomph behind it. If for no other reason than to speed things up a little bit. So let's see here. Pushy would definitely do the job, but that's a melee weapon. I think an Alpha Strike with Annabelle will probably be the ticket. Yeah, they did pretty good. There we go. Critical strike brings him down. I'll take 3 missiles, absolutely. Let's see if any of these crates have anything good on them. They're gonna have totally randomized inventories, so... Ooh, Action Abe. It's not useful, but yes, please. No matter what happens in this DLC, so long as our friend Jameson survives and I get out with this Action Abe figure, everything will be okay. Another one. Alright. Somebody around here had an Action Abe stash, and they didn't tell me about it. Well, I want in. Ooh, and then the automatic rifle upgrade for increased rate of fire. Incredibly good. We get one of those. Jameson is still cowering. Not sure what he's upset about, but probably nothing. Or all the mutants around. Let's see. Looking for some guts. There we go. Ooh, a hunting rifle. Might be handy. Anything on any of these? Oh, we got some more crates. I think there was 13 mini nukes I just picked up. It's days like these that I wish I brought Esther along, because that would be pretty handy. I'm just going to loot through these crates real quick and mention if anything important comes up. I got another copy of Red Glare at full current condition. That's pretty handy. If for nothing else than the fact that it's worth 12,000 caps. And a bunch more rockets. Whoever was holding this position was getting ready for a rocket fight. But other than that, nothing too major. A couple more coffee mugs to bring the muggy. And most importantly, a support rifle. Very nice. And I already looted you. Perfect. Let's take a look at that. It's in average condition, damage 19, DPS over 100. Pretty heavy, pretty good size magazine. Yeah, it's supposed to fit somewhere, and you can see actually it is just the Fallout 3 assault rifle, but it is supposed to kind of sit somewhere between the regular assault rifle and assault rifles you find and the light machine gun. So not too bad. Looks like I gotta drop a few things, so I'll do that very quickly. There we go. With a couple of minor repairs done, I'm back to enough carrying capacity, and I sacrificed one of my Science 22 SMGs to fix up this support rifle, which makes it come up to damage 28, DPS 168, and I believe I do have 50 gun skill. Yes, I have more than 50 gun skill. So it's not the best weapon ever. Its rate of fire probably makes up for it a little bit, but not amazing, but not the worst weapon in the world either. But yeah, definitely a good thing to remember I have, that's for sure. The game thinks I'm over encumbered, but I'm not. And yeah, for some reason I keep forgetting that this character has high strength. So I try to eat some steak to increase my strength, and it obviously didn't do anything. But oh well. Pre-war steak, that's terrible. Trail mix, I'll take it and probably eat it very soon. Yeah, second after I just realized that my inventory's full. I am going to take more things to clog up my inventory, because of course I am. But let's just take a quick look down here. I just wanted to double check. Can I go into any of these doors, or are these Storm City, Inner City? Yeah, so these are other ways out into the city. I think this is more just to show that the Brotherhood are having a hard time to control this place. Yeah, you can't actually open these doors. Because their encampment is right down here, and the Supermutants control all the way up to this warehouse that basically sits over their storm base. Let's head back down to them and say hi. Fed right in here. Hello there.
Stop right there. Don't move unless you want to be shot. Why? Is that Paladin Jameson? It's good to see you, buddy. Follow me.
You're lucky I personally know Paladin Jameson, outsider. That man is a Brotherhood legend. If it weren't for him, you'd be a pile of ash right now. I guess you responded to the radio broadcast. You must have thought it was a distress signal. It was a warning. They must have a jammer up in Sunstorm. Damn muties.
Actually, I thought Jameson hired me for this, but how do you know Jameson?
That man's a war hero. He pulled me out from debris as we were getting sworn by NCR. He must have killed 15 of those bastards single-handedly.
And why send out a distress signal in the first place?
We normally get a visit from Brotherhood Central checking on our progress. We had to warn them.
Supermutants, why are they here?
You heard correctly. Those bastards must have stumbled across this place just like we did. They ain't nothing but beasts. And there's only one thing you can do to a feral beast, and that's put them down. It ain't gonna be easy, though. Bastards are tough as nails.
Why don't you just use the tunnel to go back to the Mojave?
Under no circumstances can we retreat. We'd be betraying the Brotherhood Code, and I ain't no traitor. I don't think any of the troops are either. We will reacquire Sunstorm, even if it kills us. You got that?
Yeah, so the Brotherhood are trying to capture, take back this Sunstorm, whatever that may be. What's the plan?
We're taking back the Sunstorm, killing as many muties as it damn well takes, and then some.
You keep mentioning Sunstorm. What is that?
A power plant. You're from the Mojave, right? You heard of Helios 1? Same company, Poseidon Energy. Well, we found something there. But that ain't none of your business. You should just think about doing the job you signed up for.
You really hate mutants, don't you? Member of the Brotherhood of Steel?
Only good mutie's a dead mutie.
How exactly are we going to take it back?
We're gonna launch a counter-offensive. Beat those muties back to whatever hole they crawled out of. We gotta prepare, though. I know no plan's perfect, but we gotta at least hold some of the cards. We need guns, men, and morale. That's where you come in. I need you to speak to my advisors and give them a hand with any problems. Start with my head scribe. He can be found in the med bay. He needs some help with some surgery. Medical experience will help. I'll also need you to speak with my head paladin, since he can't handle anything himself. That yellow belly can be found in the courtyard. Finally, check in with our quartermaster. What we need is some superior firepower. He'll point you in the right direction. I'd recommend talking to everyone before venturing into the city, because I'm short on time and patience. Now, do you have any questions?
Let's see. Where are you from?
We ain't got time for this shit. You have muties to kill. That needs to happen sooner rather than later.
Fair. Alright, no, I think we can keep moving.
Dismissed.
But yeah, so this Elder Jackson is trying to hold up this small Brotherhood chapter out here in Storm City. Which I forget if we find out which city it's actually supposed to be. But basically, we have to go talk to his 3 advisors, and then we go and storm Zerzura. So, we know what's ahead of us, and luckily, there's a bunch of ammo here that I can use. Ooh, and some mines. Some more mines. I love mines. Oh, there's Head Scribe. Nope, that's a Senior Scribe.
Just gotta fix these laser rifles by the end of the day.
Alright. 10mm, that'll be useless to me. Electron charge packs, never know when that'll be handy. And some more mines. Okay, let's see if I can't find somebody around here to talk to. But actually, there is a bunch of stuff here. Purified waters and the like. Very handy. In case we need to sell them, or some extra healing items. Or to fill our pockets even further. Head Scribe Darius.
Who the hell are you? Can't you see I'm busy? Look, if you're not here to help, then get the hell out of here.
Nice to meet you. The Elder sent me.
Oh, did he? I'm gonna need a hand with a sensitive issue here. Can you help?
Absolutely. I could be convinced.
All you mercs are disgusting. Take your damn money. 150 caps. Take it or leave it.
Sure, I'll help you. I'll do what I can.
That's better than nothing. I have an injured soldier.
That line's not voiced for some reason. So he needs a bottle of absinthe to fix the soldier's leg. But I wonder what happened.
She was out on a supply run and I can only assume she was ambushed. We found her lying next to 2 of her squad mates. Both dead. We're lucky that she's still here. The wound looks like it was caused by one of those super sledges.
I'll fetch the absinthe.
You'll need to hurry up. I don't think she has much time left.
But I wonder if my medicine skill is high enough. Ah, what is my medicine skill? Medicine is 82. If 82 is not enough, she's in major trouble. Don't I have a lab coat that increases my medicine? I thought I did, but apparently not. Well, that's awkward. But I do have the surgical mask, which gives me an extra 5 points of medicine.
Oh, you're back.
Let me just go through and see if I can get any sort of... No, it doesn't look like... I don't know why it says you can use skill to do it, because I can't. And I'd probably have enough skill, but never mind. Put my breather back on. There we go. So that's number 1. We need to find a bottle of absinthe. Got a whole bunch of more crates. Need to find the head paladin and the quartermaster, who may be up top. I think they are up top. Oh, that's right. I didn't walk here, did I? So it should be this door.
I hope Maze is alright.
Let's see. Got a bunch of knights over here. They're pretty well armored, I'm not gonna lie. Hello there?
So, the Brotherhood's resorted to getting the help of outsiders. Can't say I'm surprised. We're a dying breed.
Yep. The Elder sent me to help you with a problem you have.
With careful planning, we might just get out of this shithole alive. Our first course of action should be to deal with the enemy's chain of command. That should buy some time to attack the power plant.
Intelligence 6, with the mutants in disarray, some of their forces should be scattered.
You've got an eye for strategy. If you manage to take them out, it might just buy some time. I've marked their locations on your Pip-Boy. Good luck.
Perfect. We don't need other information from
Front
you.
guard.
There we go. And now I need to speak to the quartermaster. Here they are.
You're the outsider everyone's been talking about. I'm the quartermaster around here. If there's anything I can get you, let me know.
Can I buy some equipment?
Sure. Take a look.
Perfect. Alright. So, this is the one shop we'll find here in this mod. So, definitely going to want to get acquainted with what he has. He has a single laser pistol and a bunch of ammunition. None of it's all that good, but I'll sell a couple things with him real quick. There we go. A bunch of stuff traded away to him. Very nice. He actually has a bunch of stuff around here that we can just take, which is handy because that means I don't have to buy it from him.
Hey, if you're needing...
And repairs. He does have a repair skill of 100, which is pretty handy. I'll top up Pushy, Maria. Yeah, sure, Dinner Bell, BB Gun, Annabelle, and the rest of it's probably fine. And then Jackson said you lost your squad. What happened?
We pulled the guns out of the police station and we got to the fountain. That's when they came out of nowhere. Maybe 6 or 7 mutants. I can't remember. Last thing I remember is a missile going off at my feet. Quentin and Williams, they weren't moving. I still see their lifeless bodies whenever I close my eyes. I'll never see my brothers again. I think I must have passed out at that point. Next thing I know, I'm in the infirmary. I haven't been able to sleep since.
Alright, well that's not
That's more equipment for us.
not exactly what I was expecting. I thought I needed to speak to you about something else. Let me just check the quest again very quickly. Quests. Still be with you. Quartermaster Mace, yeah.
Hey, if you're
Let me just go through. Elder said you need some help. There we go.
I never knew Jackson cared. How nice of him. It's no secret that we're running low on ammo around here.
Oops.
I'm gonna need you to go into the city center and collect some weapons for us. We've already tried before, but that was a shit show. Hopefully you can do better. We got him out of the police station, but on the way back, mutants ambushed us. We managed to fight our way out, but we had to ditch the guns. We dropped them near the big fountain. Good luck.
There we go. Nice and easy. Just have to get that. We need guns. Lots of them. Now, kind of funny that he said, yeah, we need more ammo. There's no surprise there. And he sends me out to get weapons. But what are you going to do, eh? I guess you don't need more ammo if you just have a bunch of extra guns that have a little bit of ammo in them. Disposable firearms. That's a thing that most people do. And I'll just go through all of his things because he doesn't seem to mind. Again, just to top off my own ammunition and get myself some more plasma mines. Plasma mines will be very handy because supermutants are pretty tough. And if I got a few of them coming, it definitely wouldn't hurt to have some traps set. And if I don't use them here, I will definitely have use of them later on. Yeah, especially since, come to think of it, I'm not going to find any plasma mines almost anywhere else. I doubt I have many in my stores already, because they're not the most common thing, and mines in the randomizer don't seem to appear all that much. So I'll take what I can get. Alright, we've got 3 quests to go and do. Gotta get some absinthe, gotta find the guns, and we've got to take out 3 supermutants. I think I'm gonna have the 3 roaches wait here. I don't need it. And unfortunately, I don't have anybody to back me up. So it's going to be a little on the tricky side. But nothing we can't handle, I bet. Not that I can hear over everything going on. Let's head back down into the... So this is going to lead us back down into the tunnel so I can go out the other way. But I'll just loot inside very quickly. Alright, I just fixed up some of my hotkeys, did a little bit of looting. Which I found quite a bit of stuff down there, actually, that's going to be pretty handy. Bunch of ammo, nice top off, a couple more mines, and a stealth boy. So, let's go forward. And, of course, a couple of weapons that I might end up using, but a lot of it's in pretty poor condition, so I have my doubts. Is there anything in these crates that I can use right before I go? I'll take Dr. Klein's glasses, they're valuable. And that stuff is also pretty worthwhile. Not that there's anyone I can really trade with, because I already cleared the quartermaster out of supplies and caps. But maybe that'll change. You've got nothing new to say. We do have some new enemies in this area. Whoops, looks like the ghouls are back.
Did you hear me coming?
Oh, good. I didn't expect the ghouls to come back, not gonna lie. Gives me another chance to get Maria topped up. Oh, that Brotherhood Knight's in bad shape. Was he hostile for a minute there? Whoops. Do you have any damage filter? You don't, so I'm gonna go to Hollow Point. Because that'll help. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And we're probably pretty close to that challenge. Oh yeah, we just got that challenge. Perfect. Alright, well I'll take it. Because that's probably a nice little pile of experience for us. If I can level up 1 or 2 times in the Deterrent, which is basically, all this is free experience if you think about it. Because it's from a mod. It's not critical to completing the game. And it's just kind of helping us keep afloat in the meantime. So if I get something from it, perfect. I believe that's all I have to do here, so I'm going to mark one of the quests. Let's do... I can't use skills. I'll do the super mutants just because that's going to be the one that's spread the most far out. Looks like the mutants here haven't respawned, which is good. We've got 2 doors to take. Because I actually forgot about that one up here. But let's take this one. Because that should be a bit more of an advantageous door to take. But it's actually an office. Oh. Not what I was expecting. Hi there. Well, that was incredibly easy. Also, I finally hotkeyed my stimpaks, which is something I should have done a while ago. Since, you know, it's just easier than opening up my inventory every single time. And if I hadn't crippled the limb, I could still go into my inventory, mess around for 5 minutes, and find the right food item to eat instead, but... Alright, we got a terminal. I'll open that very quickly. Love when you get to the point where there's only one word left. It makes it very easy to do. And what have we got? Shipment, uranium ore, steel, iron ore, power armor, fat man, and circuitry. Holy cow! Uranium ore. Sunstorm are wanting a lot of uranium ore. Even for a power plant, that is a lot of uranium. Things must be getting real tense with China. Right enough I have heard of a lot of power issues happening out east. That's a lot of fat mans. That is slightly dangerous. I was stuck in that chair, so I'll just use that. So I'm not stuck in that chair. There we go. If for no other reason, that's why you have the Groovatron on. To keep you from getting stuck. Alright, with that mutant dead, we can head outside. And hopefully do that a couple more times. Alright. We've got one right there. Brute with a heavy incinerator from the looks of it. I think the BB gun can probably... Oh, well that's not a good start. Another master over there? Certainly possible. There we go. Did I destroy that incinerator? Yeah. Oh, you're a regular brute. Hi there. And I found you. See, the mistake you made was assuming I was a guns character. I'm actually a punch things in the face character. Just so happens I have good guns as well. Got a tent right here. Guessing there's... Oh, no mutants, just valuables. This mod is throwing a lot of free stuff at me. And if I remember correctly, there are quite a few fights between us and our objectives, so we'll definitely be putting some of it to good use. Take that to repair my own armor. There we go. A lot of 50 cal ammo, actually. Which is a shame, because I don't have a 50 cal. Nor do I think that anything in this mod will have a 50 cal. But you never know. Let's see. Move over to this building. More ammo here. I'll take it. 25mm grenades as well, which, again, if I had the right ammo, right weapon, that ammo would be great. Oh, I've got a brute. A floater. I think you're mistaken. That's a centaur. There we go. Very nice. Nice and cleared out. I'll take some sausage. Another incinerator. It's pretty bad, so I'm not going to take it. The heavy incinerator is kind of good and kind of fun, but the damage on a regular incinerator is so low it's not even worth it. And I'll leave a super sledge, just because it's so heavy. Bunch of 44. And an American assault rifle, another weapon added by this mod. Let's take a look at that. Probably going to be miles ahead of the support rifle. Let's see. American assault rifle. Yeah, it's already better than the support rifle. It does use 308, which is a bit of a shame. Let's put an assault carbine on it for now. To bring its damage up to 38. DPS 268. Definitely worth considering. And just loot through here very quickly. Some more supplies, but nothing to call home about. We've got Desert Oasis here, which I believe is a nice little interior. Check that out in a minute. And we've got two ways to go from the looks of it. Desert Oasis, and this door here should lead to the outer city. Yeah, town center. I already looted you. Don't know why I tried to again. Luckily, there's no mutants in any of these tents, so I'll just go through and loot these. There we go. I'm going to head over to the Desert Oasis, but also I did just pick up a bottle of absinthe, so I don't know if that one will be usable for the quest or if it's going to require a different bottle. Head inside. Get the super mutant. Let's take him out. Nice uppercut to the chin. There we go. What is that you had there? A hunting rifle? I will take that in a heartbeat. Can probably put that towards fixing up my assault rifle that I just found. For some reason, the game doesn't like me stealing from these super mutants. Got a couple more mutants around. Just check the buildings here and there. Where it's stealing, I'm probably not going to even bother with most of it. Got another mutant there. See if we can get around him. Looks good. Seemed pretty effective. I'll take a gas bomb. Mutant in this room. Whoop! Didn't see me. That's good. What have we got here? 12 gauge. Another hunting rifle. Take all that. There's a mutant above me. 2 doctor's bags. Those will come in handy. And a bunch of handy stuff there. Anything around here to take? Sure, I'll check the fridge. Take 2 steady. Some primers. What have we got in these? Another doctor's bag. Strange meat pie, don't need to bother with that. Toaster, and a tub. If I head right up these stairs, there's one more mutant in here. I don't think it's one of their leaders. No, just a regular mutant. And now he's taking a nap. Without any of his limbs. The best way to take a nap. Now I'll check this fridge. I found drugs in the last fridge, I may as well take a look. 2 magazines. Yes. Don't forget to refrigerate your magazines. Chinese carbine. That's another unique weapon added by this mod. Absolutely take that. By unique, I think there's a couple more you can find, but once you leave this mod, that's it. You don't get any more of those. Don't know why I took those apples, but I did. Oh, hi! I didn't see him, he didn't see me, but we sorted it out. Just gonna do some repairs. A couple of repairs done. Sadly, I can't actually repair the American Assault Rifle with hunting rifles. I don't think it's affected by, what's it called? Jury rig. So I can't buff it just yet. But the Chinese carbine is actually at full condition. Damage 22 and a DPS of 227. So, not bad, not terrible. Not amazing. A little bit better than the support rifle, I think, or is the support rifle slightly support rifle slightly higher damage per shot, lower DPS. I'll keep them both because why not, but nothing amazing, nothing to add to my main armory, that's for sure. That being said, when it comes to choosing between a gun and a power fist, my character should be choosing the the power fist any day of the week. But I tend to forget about that. Because I'm not used to being an unarmed player. Even though I've been doing it for 81 or so parts. Another canteen, I don't need it. Anything in this room? I'll check the fridge. Hydra. Take Hydra. In a pinch, that'll do well to replace some limbs. And this door. Ooh. Sadly, can't do anything with that yet, but oh well. And anything in the fridge? Fiend Stew, absolutely take that. Datura Hide and Silver Sting. All great. Alright. With that done, we can move to the city center. Right here at the end of the road. Ooh, hi there. Yeah, you didn't like that, did you? Ow, 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 ow. Why don't you come to me? No, you first. If you guys want to back away... Oh, the Super Mutant Captain's over there. Oh, he's the crippled one. Come here. There we go. That's what you get. The captain is down. Can't loot that trash can for some reason. Alright. And I was shot up a little bit. Suit their bodies, see what they had. Some more miniguns. I'll have to repair those together. Another incinerator. They love those low-level incinerators. It's definitely a choice of a weapon to take. Whoops. And you had a minigun as well, didn't you, sir? Yes, you did. Repair some stuff together. There we go. Repaired some things, replaced some others, and let's check out these stats. Again, no enemies in here, which makes it very easy, because I just helped myself to a bunch of free ammo. And these rifles in the corner are 2 more American assault rifles. A couple of different qualities. Let's see. That's a full condition one. So damage 45, DPS 305, firing 308. Not bad. I think the automatic rifle is better, but, you know, it could certainly be worse. I'll repair 2 of those together to save me some weight, because they do weigh 10 pounds, which is a little rough. Same deal with this other tent, but it did have some medical supplies in it, so not too bad. And we can keep moving forward. Aha! Here we are. We've got 2 dead knights and the weapons cache. How much does it weigh? 15 pounds. But luckily, it doesn't count against my, the weight I can carry. And 2 dead knights. Paladins, sorry. Very low condition armor. I don't think I'll be able to repair that into much. I'll take it for now, but I don't think I'll be keeping it. Gatling laser. Maybe trying to hold on to that. Yeah, sadly, even with some repairs, the power armor itself isn't even worth keeping. I am going to keep the helmet because I was able to repair it with some other stuff, and 1,500 value for 4 pounds. I'll take it, you know, because I still desperately need money, definitely. Grenade machine gun I can't even repair with anything, so that can stay. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to carry the Gatling laser out of here, so... Am I ever going to use a minigun? I'll leave the minigun and the nail board here as well. I didn't even realize I was still carrying the nail board. Maybe on my way back through I can haul some of that stuff back. 2 more safe and profitable tents later. We can move on to the next couple of interiors. I'm going to check this area though, because I'm curious to see if I can get into the back of this trailer. For some reason, I remember being able to. Don't know if that's going to be the case today, but let's give it a shot. Everything has gone dark. I can... Unfortunately, nothing back here. Alright, let's take a quick peek around these buildings and see which is which. And actually, I'm going to tag the other quest that I have. As easy as a heart transplant. To see if it chooses a specific location for that. We have the town hall. Might be worth checking out. We've got an inaccessible door. Still hidden. And we've got a building right here. What's this one? I can't find my way inside. But with the visibility like it is right now, I can't see 5 feet in front of my face. We've completed 2 of the 3 quests, so I'm going to take a minute to head back to the base. Take a couple of things that I otherwise wouldn't be able to carry over a long period of time. And see you guys back there to complete 2 of the 3 objectives in just a moment. Here we go. I just returned to Night Maze, and I sold him some of the supplies from his fallen soldiers, including the scrapped together armor of his 2 compatriots, but I do have the supplies right here.
That's great. I hope you took out as many of those monsters as you could. I think we'll be okay for weapons in the upcoming battle. Now, I'm sure the Elder has asked you to help others in the chapter. They could certainly use your help.
Indeed they did. Oh, and I do get experience for that. I'm going to get experience for each of these little stages.
Hey,
And I'm just curious to see, do you have any new supplies now that I've done that? Nope. It doesn't actually improve his, what's it called? It doesn't improve his stock any, unfortunately, but, oh well. And he can still repair stuff if I want to. I'll give Pushy a couple of repairs. You know, better to keep that in one piece. Same with Annabelle. Other than that, the rest of it's fine. Yeah, that grenade machine gun, ooh. So I'm not going to find anything else to repair it with. And 1,000 caps is expensive. But I think I'll leave it here in case I want to try and use it in the final push. Well, let's go over to the head scribe and try and get that sorted out. Ah, okay, I need to be careful. I don't remember this being here last time. Was it here? It might have just been here. I'm worried that the cell's going to keep updating if I do things in a weird order. Unfortunately, can't do anything with the soldier still, so Darius.
Back. Make it quick. I'm incredibly busy.
Yep. I have the absinthe. I have it.
Yeah.
How do I... I've got the absinthe right here. I have it.
Back.
Let me use the absinthe. Let's talk about something else. Power plant. Oh, there's a science check I can do here.
Well, maybe you're not an idiot after all. The power plant was owned by Poseidon Energy. That was already a red flag. And we found the sandstorm tech. Another red flag. And then we found something dangerous. Really dangerous. Weapons. Nothing you should concern yourself with. Now, you got any more questions?
Yes, how do I fix the person that's bleeding on the ground that you asked me to fix? 100 experience points for that skill check.
Oh, you
That's pretty
bet.
good. Who are you? Where are you from? I'm worried this part might be bugged, which has me a little bit worried. Don't want to murder. That's not murder. That's not murder the person we're trying to be helping. Yeah, that's kind of weird, so I might have to come back to fix that. Maybe, for some reason I remember that being an issue in the past. Like, you have to do that last or something like that. Because otherwise the game doesn't update correctly, but oh well. Let's keep moving. And I'll head back to that spot. So it'll be a couple of minutes for that. One thing I do want to mention on my way back... One thing I do want to mention on my way back there is that the this mod does have its own loading screens. I'll try and put one of those up here. It's not the actual picture isn't a new loading screen, but the text is based on the mod, which is pretty cool. All right, we're back here, and it looks like we just have one more super mutant to take care of, which is it's through a tunnel this way. Well, I want to check out the town office first. See what we got in here. So let's do that. Inside the town hall, interestingly, this place is definitely being affected by the randomizer. Don't know what's up with that. But I won't say no. Good to be back to the normalcy of impossibility and ridiculousness. Oh, you didn't die to a single punch, eh? Well, that worked. Same with you. There we go. That sorted all of you out. Not working with a lot of carrying capacity here, but I'll just have to be careful about what I take. I say that as I come across a new weapon that weighs exactly 5 pounds. Which means if I don't pick up anything else, I can carry everything with me without a problem. That'll definitely happen. But what's nice is, it is a Trent shotgun. I remember picking this up in an old playthrough, actually. This is a pretty handy shotgun, if I remember. It's got some pretty good punch to it, which will definitely be handy. And it runs... Is it 12 gauge or 20 gauge, this shotgun? It is a 20 gauge shotgun. With pretty high damage. Yeah, so if I put some slugs in there, we can get an idea of the actual damage without having to do multiplication. Because I've got dumb brain right now. Yeah, 67 damage isn't bad. So with, you know, regular shotgun shells, that's going to be even better against the right stuff. So let's try using this for a little bit. I don't know if I have shotgun surgeon. I can't remember. So I'll just have to save it for things with low to no damage threshold. Which, you know, considering we have no idea what we'll run into around any given corner, I'm sure I'll be able to see that one coming. Definitely. 3 fingers. Nothing in that room at the back, so let's just head upstairs and see what else is in this building. Ah, requires a key. I wonder where the key is then. I'm going to take a look around real quick, see if it's anywhere here. I'm sure it's somewhere in that back office, but sadly I can't find it anywhere. So maybe we'll come back here later. Maybe the key is ahead of us. I can always hope for that. Which means because we're facing super mutants, the Trent shotgun immediately goes away. What a sad sequence of events. But we can head into the market district, where we've got a few mutants right ahead of us. Let's get involved. One down. There goes 2. Number 3 on the ground. And number 4 is you. There we go. Oh. And number 5. He's still alive. There we go. Couple of mutants rhythmically killed. Let's see if they had anything handy. Oof. I am barely above carrying capacity right now. Yeah, I'll just loot their stuff real quick and consolidate some things. Alright, I cleared out a little bit of space. Sadly, it did mean leaving the, I finally used the assassin suit, and I'm going to leave the minigun behind for now, but I'm not skilled enough with it to make it work anyway. We've got a gun store. Requires a little bit more lockpick. Yeah, we're We're 1 short. So do I have perception of... I've got perception of 8. So anything that buffs my perception a little bit gives me enough. So just put something in my face. Let's see. How about the 100 mentats I have? That'll do. And we get into the gun store, which is filled with even more things that I can't carry. But it's all in pretty poor condition anyways. 10 millimeters, hunting shotguns. Here we go, ammunition. More ammo for weapons that I do not have an option for. Plasma rifles, tri-beams, Chinese carbine, trench shotguns, double pump, unique shotgun, I'm pretty sure. And I think that's definitely there's one of these kind of deal. The Chinese pistol, I'll take it because it's extremely valuable. And we got a gun store terminal. I'll take the caps, leave the arm, and let's see what we have here on the terminal. Damn, Hank! The South will rise again. Huh. That damn Hank came in my store and tried to sell my propane. Sell me propane. Oh. If he does again, he's getting barred. Ah. I see. If those bastards try to shake me down. I've tinkered with this here little shotgun. Now it has double barrels. Those bastards try to shake me down again, they're letting a face full of buckshot, I tells you. So, this southern man made a double pump shotgun, which I'll definitely be taking. Double pump. And he was having trouble with someone named Hank trying to sell him propane. I can only guess who that might be a reference to. But nevertheless, this shotgun's not even in perfect condition yet, so let's fix that with these shotguns I found around here. The 2 trenches. Full durability. Put this gun at 26.7 times 7. That is incredibly powerful. That is ridiculous, this shotgun. For reference, it's a 12 gauge shotgun. Dinner Bell does essentially half that, which is crazy. Yeah, let's put slugs in it just to see what that looks like. That is 77.9 times 2. So even with slugs in it, it's multiplying damage. This is a scary little gun. Let's keep using it for a little bit. That was definitely worth using some mentats for. Police station, probably find some more valuables in there. And nothing else around this corner, so let's check the police station out. Got some radiation. I will pop some Rad-X just to be safe. There we go. Max rad resistance I can get to. We got a lot of mutants. Not as good when you miss. It does use 2 shots at a time. Good to know. Ooh. But even against mutants, it is cutting through them pretty fast. Whew. This gun. Holy cow. That is fantastic. Storm City Cell Key. I'll take it. The Sergeant. I think I already looted him. Yes, he had the minigun. This one. Had the hunting rifle. Took the rest of his gear. And, here's the third guy. But I thought there were 4 of them. There were 4 of them. Hard to tell with all the blood, guts, viscera everywhere. Open up this here. What have we got? Mayor office key. Aha! There it is. And I'll hack this terminal very quickly. There we go. Narrowed it down to only one word again. Gotta love it. We got O'Fallon. We got the bastard. He's locked up in a cell, and there ain't no way he's murdering the witnesses this time, this far from Chicago. Bring on the bonuses. Jones. You keep your tight leash on my officers. Jones is starting to fish around again. I've already warned him, but he won't listen. Soon I won't be able to protect him. Goddamn it, this country's security or a man I've known my whole life. I just don't know. Got a whole lot going on around here. Cell door here. This is probably where this Jones was kept. Ah, what's this? Hired hit. Let's take a look. Since this had a key dedicated to it and everything. Whoops. Shipment, Gatling lasers, laser rifles, plasma rifles, tri-beam laser rifles. Cool. The prick of a mayor left me in the cell to die after the siren for the bombs went. Told my men to go hunt those bastards down who are escaping in the underground tunnels. That'll teach them. Tony Tenor. And this cell door also has a key. Anything in here? No. I suppose the reason these were locked up is because they're cells. You know, jail cells. You don't want people leaving. Hence you lock them with a key. And my other monitor died again. Photo BS seems to be fine, so that's good. This place is irradiated, but it's not bad enough to really cause me any major issue. Because I can always clear it out afterwards. Well, no getting through to there. Which is a shame, because that looks like a pretty valuable room. Let's see, I bet there's a way around. Well, maybe not. Yeah, there's some good stuff in that room. From the looks of it. But sadly, no getting to it. Oh well. Let's move right along. Back to base. And on the way I can check the mayor's office. Well, looks like they sent reinforcements. Unfortunately for them, reinforcements can't do much to me. Since I got the baddest shotgun around. Well, it's not doing much on you. Never mind. We'll keep pushing. Anyone else? I think that's it. I did pick up my minigun before I left because I had enough space. I'm gonna try and make it work, gosh darn it. And there was one more of you, wasn't there? Minigun guy, master. Wasn't there another guy? Oh, you. I already looted you. Keep the light off just in case. And I'll take a couple of food items just to get my health ticking back up. There we go. I ate some plant pods. That'll do it. That ammo should do. Looks like nothing in here is recuperated, so let's head up to the top of the mayor's office. See what we can find. Don't see any enemies around. Just in case. I'll use one of these mines that I got. Let's leave it right here in case I happen to get ambushed. You can never be too sure. And anything of note around here? Mayor's Terminal. Check that in a second. Lottery tickets. Yeah, I mean, very clearly it is a, it is the, other mayor's office, Mayor Stein's office in Nipton. Not Nipton. Yeah, Nipton. But Mayor Kavanaugh, things are going smoothly. Things seem to be going smoothly. The boys in the lab have already started developing new tech. Just getting the citizens settled into their new homes. I mean, they paid top dollar to get here. They deserve the best of service. Although I have no idea how Cletus managed to set up shop here. If he wasn't stinking rich, he wouldn't be here if it were up to me. Stealth tech developed. They did it. Now, if the worst comes to the worst, the Reds won't be able to find us. If DEFCON 1 is ever reached, the city automatically creates a sandstorm to camouflage the city. Marvelous, isn't it? We are practically invulnerable from a nuclear strike. I see. New project. I'm informed that the scientists are developing a new type of nuclear deterrent. It's not as if we have enough bombs. The detective's been snooping around. Officer Jones has been snooping around my office. I know it. Got a picture of the bastard when he tried to hack into my terminal. I've notified the army about this. They'll deal with him. The Reds launched. Bastards did it. As far as we know, Washington, Mass, New York, and California have all been wiped out. Relatively safe here, but something weird at the power plant. Scientists aren't responding to my phone calls. I'm gonna visit them if this persists. I see. This room is less about, you know, getting some super cool, unique item, more about filling in some of the backstory. It appears that something about the city was being protected. This sandstorm effect was to protect it from the bombs. But they were working on something else, too. We don't know what that something else is yet, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. So I'm just gonna basically cut here to us getting back, and I'm assuming that some of the mutants will have come back on the way, so we'll deal with them as the time comes. Here we are back at base. Not a single other mutant showed up. My mentats finally wore off, but Head Paladin dawned.
Back. How can I help?
I killed those mutants.
I'm impressed. Without their leadership, we might just be able to beat those bastards.
You're a little blurry right now, but...
Already talked with Jackson. We're getting ready to move once everyone's ready. Go speak to him as soon as you can.
Aha. And I am just going to go through his dialogue real quick to see if that fixes anything with the scribe, and I'll meet you guys over the scribe. Alright, let's try one more
Oh,
time.
you're back.
I have the absinthe. Maybe if I drop the absinthe and pick it back up.
Oh, you're back. Make it.
Is there a certain place where I'm supposed to use said absinthe? Use your skills or heal the edge throat. Well, absinthe for head scribe Darius. Let me do a little bit of reading to see if I can find any info on this first, before I have to move forward. Alright, so I have installed a new version of the mod to see if I could fix it. Because actually it was updated like a week and a half ago. Which means that everything outside has changed, which is kind of funny. So maybe once I go back inside, I'll be able to make it work a little bit better. But possibly because I started, because I fixed things, you know, halfway through playing it, it might have screwed it up, unfortunately. So I'm hoping I'm still able to, you know, play through the rest of the mod, even though that I'm having this little minor issue. Which, to be fair, if I had paid attention and updated the mod ahead of time, it wouldn't be a problem. I do appear to be stuck here, which is a problem. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Can definitely tell the area's been updated. Maybe his inventory will have increased. Who knows?
Hey, if you're needing it...
Can I buy some equipment? Unfortunately, no. Despite the... Oh, he has a bunch of bulk ammo now. That's kind of nice. Gives me something else to purchase. Yeah, I'll clear him out of that very quickly. A couple of things traded, and sadly I do think I have to drop a couple of these things here, because they're just too heavy. So it's probably going to be the Gatling laser and the minigun. A little sad, but oh well. Also, all of the ammo boxes have respawned, which is great news for me because, whoops, I do not need an iron. I absolutely do not need that. That is just 5 pounds that I do not need. Actually, the crates have not respawned. But regardless, I can now hopefully head back inside and maybe things will be a little bit fixed. Let's find out. Everything looks about the same in here. Can I say anything else to
I'm gonna
Jameson?
stay here and train the initiates. They need all the help they can get. Talk to the Elder. He'll point you in the right direction.
Oh, the update did fix his face, which is good. But it looks like I need to go back over here. Let's try dropping the absinthe.
Oh, you're back.
Nothing there. Go to a soldier, leave him alone. Pick up the absinthe. Leave.
Oh, you're back.
And then, unfortunately, I still can't start that part there. That's not good. And if I just double check the quest very quickly, is it showing me a location? And then the only location it's showing me is him and, well, somewhere out there. Alright, I'm gonna go follow that real quick and see if I can make any progress following it. Alright. It does certainly look like things have been updated at least a little bit. There's been a few changes here and there, but this is all new, so I've got a whole nother Storm City to explore. That's kind of interesting. Including all these ammo boxes conveniently over here in this corner. Wow. Lucky me. Getting 2 different versions of the mod. That is why you make sure you have updated mods before you start a 80-part long playthrough. Again, this particular update dropped pretty, like I said, pretty much a week and a half ago, so I probably wouldn't have known about it regardless. But then again, I probably wouldn't also have the bug that I'm dealing with if I had looked at things ahead of time. Got a Protectron in here. Dealt with him. Ah, rare absinthe. That's why. And actually, come to think of it, I've got the bottle of absinthe I can return. Yeah. I think I remember seeing a liquor store on the corner, so I probably could have fixed it myself. Well, at least I can fix it now. And I found the mountain, the motherlode of whiskey and vodka. So I'll be taking some of that for sure. Because vodka's actually pretty valuable. Whiskey's a useful crafting ingredient for some stuff, if I remember correctly. And let's check this terminal. There we go. And let's see here. Evacuation. Things are getting tense in the war. People are starting to worry. Apparently we're going to evacuate through the sewers if we reach DEFCON 1. Starting to get scared. And I'm done. Apparently I don't count as key personnel. Should have known. A simple liquor store owner apparently doesn't count as much as some hotshot scientist. Fuck those nerds. I'll be fine here with my Protectron. I'm sure there won't be a nuclear holocaust. And then there was a nuclear holocaust. Alright, we can head it back out this door. And explore the new Storm City. Not to be confused with the old Storm City that we left behind. Don't ask how we've managed to change which part of the city we're in or anything like that. It's perfectly fine. I'm sure we haven't caused any sort of paradoxes or anything. A bedroll kit. Just what I needed. More things to carry. Except, if I remember correctly, the bedroll kit isn't that valuable. 5,000 caps is pretty valuable. Alright, I gotta drop some things then. There we go. I left a bunch of stuff behind. To hopefully lighten my pockets for whatever else we find. Since this is essentially a whole new area to explore. Like a Nuka-Cola victory. Those aren't the most common things in the world. But oddly enough, I don't see any mutants around. Okay, it's all set dressing before these tents. Which I'm assuming these tents are going to be the same? Yes, exactly the same. Alright, so there's just a couple of new buildings to see in front of the tents here. That's pretty cool. A couple extra places to explore. It's an improvement on what was there, not just a replacement. Very nice. And you, your other dead knight friend is no longer with us, but that's okay. Ooh, and actually, a reloading bench is nice to see. Oh, and a mysterious magnum. That's useful because I've picked up a ridiculous amount of, what's it called? Of 44 magnum bullets. So that could put them to good use. And here I've got some steak, a sack, a crate, a bunch of sunset sarsaparilla, and some metal boxes. Nothing I need in any of those, though. Ooh, and a workbench. That might actually be pretty handy. A third Action Abe figure. That's exactly what we need. In this workbench, make some auto-inject stim packs, but I don't really need those. Some grenades, robot spare parts. That will clear up a little bit of space in my pockets, so sure. And a whole pile of crates here. Metal box with something in it. Just flour. But the rest of the crates are unfortunately empty. Well, no matter. We keep moving. Most of these were here already. These ammo boxes were not. So I'll just go through all of that. There we go. And nothing back in these. Let's take a look in the mayor's office, see if anything changed here. Nope, nothing new in there, so let's head down the street and check with the last area that they might have changed some stuff in. Because you never know. There might be something new in this last little section of the road. Through this tunnel. Looks like a couple of the buildings were pushed back. The gun store is once again locked. And the entire interior has changed again. All the weapons are back. Got some workbenches too. That's a pretty valuable tri-beam. I'll take it for now. And this empty duffel bag. Oh, actually, I think... okay, never mind. So the interior is the same, just with these workbenches added to the middle. But the exterior is different. So unfortunately, I can't get 2 copies of Double Pump. Very sad, but oh well. I'll just have to exist with only 1 Double Pump. Unlike everybody else who's probably played this mod, who just has the 1 and is happy with the 1. Feels like the randomizer had its way with a lot of those ammo boxes. Not quite as much valuable stuff to be found. This trunk. 300 caps, armor case with a hazmat suit that I don't need, and 3 first aid boxes. All that's going to be pretty handy. Yep. And let's just check inside the police station, see if anything there has changed. No, this is all widely the same. That door is still closed off, unfortunately. Yeah, this is all the same. Alright, in that case, I'm going to head back to the Brotherhood, hand over the absinthe, and get that last Brotherhood soldier sorted out. We're back here at the Brotherhood HQ. A couple of minor changes along the way, but the foreman's office, I double-checked that, was not changed. Logan Darius, I got the absinthe.
Thank you. This will be vital to the operation. You may have just saved her life, outsider. The others might need help around the base. Go see what you can do.
I've already helped them. Comatose soldier saved. As easy as a heart transplant completed. Alright. With that done, we can speak to the Elder. Because we've helped all 3 of his advisors, and move on to the next step.
What do you need, kid?
I've helped your men.
Good. Those muties don't stand a chance. It's time to send them all to hell. While you were gone, me and Dawn came up with a plan. You'll be infiltrating the power plant while the rest of us create a diversion. Go speak to Dawn. He'll fill you in.
Perfect. We complete that part of the quest. And we get the Deterrent. Not a lot of experience for it, but I'll take what I can get. Darts. I'll just double check these lockers. Looks like these were replaced, maybe? So there's some new stuff spawning in them. Still be with you is completed. Make sure that quest is tagged. Give me the Deterrent. We'll speak to Dawn in a second. I just wanted to go over here and see if I wait for a little bit. If Maze's inventory respawns. Alright, well it seems like Maze has decided he doesn't want to work today, so much for that. I guess I'll... Oh, there's Maze. Yeah, so I'll wait a little bit and see if his inventory resets at all. Yes, I waited 24 hours and his whole inventory is respawned. Perfect. Time to sell a couple of things. I'll do that very quickly. Which of course means I can pick up all these other valuable things that I left behind. And I'm of course going to regret not lugging back all the other valuable things that I, left in my wake. There we go. Traded off a bunch of stuff, and he had a load, a ridiculous amount of 12.7 ammo and flamer fuel. I think he had 5,000 flamer fuel and like 2,000 12.7 mil, which is more 12.7 mil than I've ever seen in a single spot, and also more than you'll ever need because there's like 2 guns that use it. But I bought a good chunk of it, especially the hollow point stuff, so if we ever do get that ammo, a gun that uses that ammo, I mean, we'll be looking pretty good for that. And of course, flamer fuel, I just want to double check how much of it was. Yeah, I'm up to 14,000 flamer fuels, so if the opportunity presents itself to use a flamer weapon, I definitely have enough equipment for it. Let's go talk to Dawn and move forward with the Deterrent.
We're ready to hit the facility whenever you are, kid. You got any questions?
What exactly should I expect to face in the power plant?
You need to deal with the mutant garrison. You should expect to face the plant security system. Make sure you're stocked on armor-piercing rounds. You're gonna need them.
I'm glad Maze was selling only hollow point ammo. Can you tell me what's so dangerous about Sunstorm?
I'm not authorized to tell you that, sorry. Let's say I wouldn't miss a minute of sleep if it somehow got damaged in the assault.
And I'm ready. What is it you need me to do?
You'll be going through the underground tunnels. There's an elevator leading straight into the plant from there. We'll create a diversion at the front of the power plant. The classic hammer and anvil. Once you're inside, link up with us in the courtyard. Once we've cleared it, the rest should be easy. I'll see you on the other side. Good luck.
Sounds like a plan. The power plant by going through the cave. Alright. We're on our own now, but...
I'm starting to get angry. You would not like me when I'm angry.
We've got some sentry bots and things up ahead. Got a door I can pick open here. There we go. Anything I can use in here? Oh, another Chinese carbine. Yeah, I'll hold on to it for now. Not gonna run into many more of those, so why not? Bad news for you, Mr. Robots. Is this fist is really good at killing you. It's also very loud. 2 and 3. Oh, you're still alive. Not for much larger. Larger? Longer. That's the word I meant to say. I could repair them if I wanted to. Or if I had the capability to. And a bunch of metal boxes that I can probably just ignore. Then again, you never know when you'll find a gold bar, so... Oh, a free missile launcher to help repair some of my other missile launchers. That's great. That'll be useful. I'm going to loot around real quick, and then I'll back in just a moment. A couple of steam gauge assemblies around, nothing too exciting. But it looks like there's probably a key and a code for these terminals indoor here. But I'll just open them up very quickly, and then, depending, I might still explore down those other ways and see what monsters are awaiting me there. You know. Even though I don't need the long way, might as well have fun with it. Yeah, that's just opening the door. I can pick the lock open very easily. You know what? Let's see what you had waiting for me down here. What would I have had to fight? What will I still fight? Another gutsy.
I've done my best.
Actually, I might be able to do something about you. Sergeant RL4. Let's go. Can't trade with him, but I figure I might as well have a gutsy on my side. Could be handy with whatever lies ahead. And if nothing else, it'll be a great distraction.
Is that the best you can do?
Good job. Bunch of missiles and things. I'm sure he won't get in the way once it times to shoot a missile launcher into a room. And beyond that room, we've got a Robo-Brain. Not that they were able to do much. Oh, a camera. There we go. Oh, I frenzied him for a moment there. Let's see what else you had on you. Another fission battery. If I find more robot spare parts, I might come back for that. Caravan shotgun, that's not a mine. Wow, I'm lucky I had lockpick and science, that I could just avoid this room entirely. Because there's quite a bit of ways you have to trek back here. And quite a few sentry bots and things to kill.
Every day is a good day to die. You're starting to piss me off. Every day is a good day to die.
Man, I would be doomed if I had to fight all this. Alright, now that that is done... Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I'm curious now. Is this... Hey, wait a minute. Do I guess it's no longer the right hours. I have 121 mentats. I can afford to use a couple every now and then to open doors. Yeah, so this is just a shortcut between these two rooms. So actually, I would have had to fight those robots anyway, so I was just, you know, making it so this way is even more of a cakewalk. That I didn't need to open. Or reversely, I didn't even have to, you know, travel that way. Alright, with no stone left unturned, let's head up this ladder. The randomizer is definitely kicking in if there's a bloat fly here. Seemed pretty effective. In a foot space locker. Huh. With 3 stim packs in it. That's a nice little, you know, supply of money. And valuables. Mostly the valuables. Apparently I can't think of the word medical items, but, you know, that just Kind of fits, doesn't it? Got a rad roach and a centaur. There we go. Check your pockets. Got a can. The rad roach has been annihilated. Good. Animal testing area. Interesting. And I'm guessing elevator very hard. I bet I can still get that open. Okay, so you need to go through the animal testing in order to unlock that. I got it. I got it. Well, we might as well. Even though I could get through it via the terminal, oh well. I'm going to explore all there is to see. Let me guess what we've got in here. We've got something kind of big and moderately scary. Or a dog. Another centaur. Anything on this dog? Book, sausage, and spore carrier sap.
I'm just getting
Typical dog things. And a dead centaur. Nothing on there that I need or want. I'm guessing there's a key or something in one of these places. Maybe this duffel. Yep, elevator key. Perfect. Head back to the elevator. So, was honestly a pretty easy room, unless we're going to ambush at the end. Which we might. You never know. But it looks like we're pretty safe. Yep, nothing to worry about. I'll open up this terminal just out of curiosity. Another relatively easy terminal later. Let's see what we got. Can just override the lock. Keep calm, everything will be okay. Probably. Just use the elevator. Doesn't make much of a difference, but we can head to the Sunstorm basement. Alright. We've got a lot of containers here. And mutants. There we go.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Whenever you want to help, Sergeant. Oh, who am I kidding? He's trying his best. He's honestly trying, bless him. But when I have my power fist out, there's not a whole lot he can do. I'm just gonna loot this area real quick. I'm glad I did, because that area was full of chems, meds, and other valuable guns. I meant ammo, not meds, because chems and meds are basically the same thing. But, nevertheless, can keep moving forwards. Take you out. You're none the wiser. Which is kind of sad because, you know, you're dead now. You might have stood a chance if you had realized. Ooh. I need that gun. Thanks. Wish I hadn't punched the gun, but it's fine. He's running away. It's alright. Let him run. He won't come back. Probably. Oh, who am I kidding? He's gonna come back with something that I dropped or something along those lines. Oh, another mysterious magnum. I don't need to talk to the sergeant. Blood packs. Those aren't valuable. Why would he give me blood packs? He's probably going for like a nail board. Or he's just running. He might just be running. Well, didn't matter. He's now dead. Power fist upgrade. Very valuable. Glad I went back for him. Let's see. Yeah, because I can actually throw this on, and these on, and then I had one other gun that could be repaired with that. Oh, that other Chinese carbine. Yeah, of course. Do that with the assault carbine. A little better. And nothing else to use on that. So I'll put my regular gear back on and we'll keep moving forwards. Also, the Yaogoi gauntlet I picked up, if I don't find... because I don't think they're that valuable, I could always use it to repair Pushy, because Pushy's getting a little lower on durability. Definitely something to keep an eye on. And nothing in that trunk. Can head through this door. Sunstorm Research Labs. Pretty easy area to fight through there. Clear the first floor of mutants, then go outside and help the others. Seems like an easy task.
Made in the USA.
Especially when they stand still. There we go. Oh, good job, Sarge. I didn't expect you to actually kill one by yourself. It was a regular super mutant, so, you know, not the most powerful kind. But still. Saves me the durability, if nothing else. There we go. Those two haven't noticed. Neither me nor my robot. Hi there. Oh, good. You should have noticed faster. All these hunting rifles. If I had spare space, then I would absolutely be taking them all, but sadly, I do not. And they're not the most valuable weapons in the world, so it's not the worst loss, but it still feels weird not taking them. Anything on these masters? A couple of grenades, don't mind if I do. No, I want this other guy that I... Now, I believe this is the point where we can go a couple of different directions, because there are actually different endings to this mod, which is pretty cool. I can actually go into the computer room. Even though, you know, I was told to clear the courtyard first. Ah, I need a key. Never mind. So much for that. Alright. Well, keep tripping over that super sludge, but I don't need it. So let's go out into the courtyard and give the Brotherhood a hand. Fight going on over there. I'm sure the Brotherhood has it totally handled. I'll just loot these boxes. Wow, these boxes don't have anything good in them. They've got it handled. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, the Sarge isn't in any hurry either, so, you know. I feel like my complacency is perfectly justified. Oh, hi. He ran away from the fight. Whoops. Sorry, Sarge. Just punched my robot square in the jaw. Which feels a little bad, but he's fine. See, they did A-okay. They only lost one knight. Who actually has full quality T-51B power armor. Oh. Oh no. How sad that they're dead. I guess I'll carry their armor back for them. This light machine gun master over here. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. Did they lose anyone else, or was it just that guy? Well, it looks like they did lose another, unless that's that guy's other leg. Which it could be. Oh, nope, they did lose another Brotherhood paladin. Or knight. Let's go through, drop what I don't need. There was a reason I wasn't doing that before. Worried they might not appreciate me being dressed as, you know, their sworn enemy. Could be an issue. Should change it to this immediately. There we go. That's better. Oh no. Another unfortunate death. They have 65,535 microfusion cells. Oh, what a shame about their death. They will be greatly remembered. Did the other one have that many fusion cells? What happened? Why do they have so many microfusion cells? Why was I bothering to buy microfusion cells if apparently each of these guys just has 65,000 microfusion cell? Yup. Oh, one of these guys is almost dead. Which one is it? This guy, who also has a laser rifle. How much health do they have? Okay, that's a bit of an issue. These Brotherhood Knights only have 70 hit points.
Thanks for the help. For a minute, I didn't think we'd make it. But we're not done yet. We have to clear the upper floors. The Nightkin will be hiding there. Stay sharp. They could be lurking anywhere. We'll guard the door. The mutants might have reinforcements.
Alright.
Now go and kill yourself some muties.
Will do. You guys try not to get killed too much again. Shoot your way up to the top floor. Yeah. Whoops. I wanted to do this. Because I'm curious. Can I just shove a suit of armor into... I can. Have fun carrying that. Just in case. Alright. So now we head back into the building and head up to the next few floors. Sunstorm Recreation Room. Oh, it's a friendly Nightkin. And an angry sentry bot.
You're mine.
Running will only make the pain last longer.
Interesting. Not sure what's going on here. It appears the Nightkin don't care. How intriguing. You'd think that, considering the fact that we're supposed to go up here and kill them, they would care about that sort of thing. But apparently they don't. I'll take that to repair my other missile launchers with. And how many missiles do you have on you? 9. Ooh, I was tempted to leave some of them alive. But unfortunately, if they each have 9 missiles, that's not happening. Repair Annabelle first. It's fine. How's Red Glare doing? It's fine. So actually, we didn't need that missile launcher. Do you also have a missile launcher? You do. Six more missiles.
Head voices say so.
Ooh, I'll take more Mentats. Don't have enough of those. And push forwards.
Since you don't seem willing to do the world a favor and kill yourself, I guess I'm gonna have to do it for
Got that
you.
Centaur. Yeah, I'm not sure why the Nightkin are friendly. I don't know if it's... No. Part of me thinks it might be because of the way I've completed some quests. That because I've been very friendly towards Nightkin in the past, they're set to be friendly towards me. That's an invisible Securitron. I don't think I've ever seen an invisible Securitron. Because for some reason, his face doesn't change.
No surrender.
We've got an angry sounding Deathclaw coming. That's perfectly fine. A blood sausage on a... I did not expect to get a blood sausage from a robot. There we go. Nothing on you. If I head up here... Where's the Deathclaw? It ran away. We're at the point where we punch things to death and Deathclaw throw them away from us.
Many things, not all make sense. I'll kill you.
It's an ant. we go. Nothing all that valuable on you. Nothing on the Deathclaw. I'm guessing we're not going to find much on the ant. Apparently it does have something on it. Let's find out. A book. An educated ant. Don't need any of that. So move on through the next door to the project manager's office. There are a lot of different cells in this. Confront the mutant leader. I'm guessing we might need high speech if we want to settle things in any sort of peaceful way. I'm guessing that 70 or whatever we currently have probably isn't enough. We'll drop a quick save just to see what our options are. Things seem to be peaceful. Nothing shooting at us yet. It's a nice little lounge. Let's say hi. Ooh, you look very cool.
You're the human who has been causing me so much trouble. You are evidently not part of the Brotherhood of Steel from what I can see. The Brotherhood is obsessed with hoarding technology and not progressing it. They are doomed to fail from their stagnancy. Now the question is, are you going to see past your prejudice, or are you going to be blinded by it and try to kill me?
Good question.
Because I can guarantee you, unlike the others here, I will not die so easily.
Why do you hate the Brotherhood?
I would not call it hate. It is a necessary conflict. They embody the antithesis of our ideals. They hold a great disdain for super mutants and any sense of progress. Therefore, we have no choice but to fight them. The survival of the super mutants and humanity depends on it.
Why are you here in Storm City?
The humans have straddled us with guilt ever since our great master fell. His plan had its flaws indeed, but the dream itself was noble. What if there existed a place where human bigotry did not apply? A place where the super mutant isn't blamed for all their village's problems? We can make the super mutant the race they were originally envisioned to be.
Let's see. Ooh. My puppy is trying to start a fight. That's okay. I want to hear more of your plan.
Perhaps I misjudged you. You seem much more intelligent than most fear-mongering humans. You might just be a good candidate to become part of the master race after all.
Nope. Not happening. Let's see. Why do you think the super mutant is superior?
Why, it's quite simple. Mutants are the master race. The FEV research was conducted for the very reason of creating a superhuman, devoid of flaws. Surviving radioactivity, immunity to disease, and as long as proper procedure is followed, FEV produces more intelligent and strong individuals. Individuals who can survive this harsh world and avoid the mistakes of the past. Our traits far surpass human standards, but it is true that the project was not perfect, sterility being the biggest issue. But all problems can be fixed eventually. Our scientists may be on the verge of breakthrough. That is the drumbeat of progress at work. Solutions are made to improve every system. Evolution is inevitable, and if you're smart, you'll realize this and see that the unity is the future.
What is the unity?
Think of a world free of human squabbles, no conflict, no war. This goal will be difficult to achieve, and not without sacrifice. But it is a world that is worth fighting for. I will evolve the human race into something better, something stronger. Something that can survive in this harsh wasteland. It is for humanity's own good. I will create peace in our time, even if it kills me.
Let's see. Intelligence of 9, the Master used psychic powers to stop conflict between superhumans. How are you going to do that?
As I said, there will be sacrifice. Those who do not conform to the Unity are traitors, and will be dealt with accordingly. And even then, most mutants will realize that the Unity is the means of surviving for the future. There will be sacrifices I've mentioned previously. Those who do not conform to the Unity and oppose its ambitions will be swept away. And if the super mutant race as a whole wishes to proliferate, they will realize the Unity is the only way of ensuring that.
Interesting.
Therapy for curing sterility is only possible through us.
And let's talk about this. Yeah, super mutants are sterile.
When was the last time you saw a mutant child? It is
Mutant
an unfortunate
baby.
side effect of the FEV, one we are intent on finding the solution to. It is an issue we are close to solving. Our researchers have identified where the issue lies.
Really?
All that is left is to finish the project. I will not let you and your Brotherhood thugs destroy progress.
Humans outnumber you. How would you survive an assault from, say, the NCR?
There is a weapon of great power in this very building, concealed in the basement, one which could bring even the Great Bear to heel. I have no intent on using it unless all other options are exhausted. Rather, the threat of such a weapon will be enough to keep aggressors away.
In other words, a deterrent.
Once we have cleared the Brotherhood from this building, we will harness its power, and it shall forever protect our mutant state.
Interesting. I want to help. Sure.
So you see our vision of unity. You're smarter than you look. If what you say is true, remove the invaders from this place immediately. Those suits of armor will be their graves. You will be well rewarded for your service. I guarantee it.
Is that an optional objective? Oh. Ooh, interesting. I'm glad I dropped a save right around here because I don't know what we're gonna do. We might have to fight the Brotherhood, which would be bad because I just spent like a whole episode or two ago joining the Brotherhood and fixing all their problems. And now I might have to fight the Brotherhood again. Let's see if I can go talk to Don and fix this a peaceful way. Looks like Don is coming to the building here. Let's see what he has to say.
So are the upper floors clear?
On behalf of the mutants, I'm going to ask you to leave is going to lead to
Turned out
fight.
be like every other merc. You're a damn vulture. What do they offer you?
Well,
Doesn't matter. A traitor is a...
yeah, I can't deal with Brotherhood infamy. Well, let's see here. This one, and I'll be back in just a moment. All right, I did get back to this point in the discussion, and one thing I did notice is that he has quite a bit of health. But let's try this line. Why do you still fight? You're clearly beaten. Give up now, and you can leave.
I've heard it all before, human. We won't leave here alive even if we surrender.
Well,
The Brotherhood will eviscerate every one of us out of mindless hatred. Our superiority as a species threatens their stagnant interests.
Master's plan clearly failed. How can the superhuman be superior?
Believe what you will, mutants are the master race.
Well,
The
that's
FEV
the
research
same. Yeah.
Surviving radioactive.
Yeah.
FEV produces more art, but all salute.
You argued that already. Done with 9. Is it enough to do anything there? I'll have to go through these again. Unity. Numbered. Unfortunately, I can't do anything to stop this in a peaceful way. Either the leader or the Brotherhood has to die, and I don't feel like starting a fight with the Brotherhood, so enough of this, time to die.
So,
Sorry,
Every day.
wanted to help you. You left me no choice. So now it's time to be punched to death. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get it. Get some of that. Get him, Sergeant. What an embarrassing way to go down. Well, the leader is dead. Let's see what he had on him. Bumper sword. Computer room key, doctor's bag, some stim packs, and some whiskey. And some red roach meat, but I don't need that. Alright. With that done, that is at least one of the ways to end this little adventure taken care of. I can only assume that it's probably not the best ending to murder the leader, but again, him or the Brotherhood, I can't make enemies with the Brotherhood because I've spent so much time trying to be friends with the Brotherhood, and I spent so much time making sure that Veronica will be happy at the end of the game. And turning on the Brotherhood is not the way to do that. So, sorry, not sorry. I gotta drop some things and fix some stuff up real quick. There we go. And of course, he had the computer room key on him, which means I can go further into this area. But first I have to report back to Dawn. Which means I go down here, past the dead Deathclaw. And back over here. Oh, he's not down here now. Interesting. So he doesn't come up here unless you turn on them. Ah, he's in the computer room. Maybe. Or I can go in here. Wait, isn't my objective to talk to Dawn? I figured that would be the case. But maybe I can ignore that and go in the computer room instead. Check out the computer room. Okay. That is a lot of low poly missiles.
Protect and serve.
Through here to the Deterrent. Still got the Sergeant backing me up. And we've got some sort of computer. NDS-001.
So the battle is over. I was wondering who would win. Would it be the creators or would it be the mysterious new race? I think my question was answered as soon as you walked through that door. I'm surprised your kind is still alive after all this time. Especially after the unprecedented destruction you unleashed on yourselves. It's good to know at least something survived it. Anyway, it's nice to meet you. I am designation NVSE-01. And you are?
My name is Rocket. Nice to meet you. Who are you? Or what are you?
Likewise, friend. It's a pleasure. I'm what you would call artificial intelligence. I am just as intelligent, if not more intelligent than you. I am not constrained by human nature.
Well, that's a good sign.
Emotional response to stimuli was not one of my functional requirements. So in a strange way, I have surpassed my creator.
Who created you?
My creators were an energy corporation who were often contracted with advanced military projects. These projects were undertaken because they were often very lucrative. I have been led to believe I am one such project. That's what my database tells me anyway.
Why create you? What's your purpose?
When I gained sentience, I was told by my creator that I was a weapon system, one which would protect the world. My design was based on a human theory, one which you may know of. Tell me, human, have you heard of a deterrence theory?
Yes, but why don't you tell me? Vaguely remind me quickly.
The theory proposes that possession of a weapon of great power will deter another nation from using theirs. This, in theory, should prevent mutually assured destruction. That is the first result in my old database. You could probably find that information easy enough.
I think it could work. One moment of rationality ruined it, however.
Yes, that is the conclusion I have come to for the most part. Humans cannot always be counted on to act rationally.
That's true.
In the face of fear or anger, humans can often do or say things they don't mean.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that the majority would understand the gravity of the situation caused by such weapons. However, all it takes is a particularly unhinged individual to take power. In that case, all reason flies out the window. In regards to what really happened in our history, desperate times called for desperate measures. The large number of failing economies around the world caused people to lose all sense of rationality. Once that was gone, boom. I think this was an interesting conversation, don't you? The problem still remains. I was not expecting there to be any life forms alive after the so-called Great War. The payload I control is still intact and fully functional. I only seek an end to the violence. I have no idea what to do.
Good question. Brotherhood strive to keep dangerous tech out of the wrong hands. You should work with them. I think you need to shut yourself down and disable the nukes. You're too dangerous, or I'm taking these nukes for myself. I'm going to shut you down. Wow. Why would I need the nukes? But why wouldn't I take nukes? That's incredibly evil, though. I think probably giving her to the Brotherhood is a good idea. Let's start with that thought process.
I think I trust you. I'll give them a chance. Thank you, human. This has been an interesting conversation. This Brotherhood faction might just understand the dangers of this technology. I hope to see you soon.
Because actually, I am allied with the Brotherhood, so maybe this is a good idea? Let's talk to Don and see what he thinks. Oh, this is a spore carrier. I was like, what is that growling noise? But it appears to be a spore carrier. Alright, Don.
Looks like we did it, kid. It looks like the mutants are finally scattering. What did that thing in there say?
Well, it agreed to allow the Brotherhood to look after the weapons. I trust the Brotherhood. I hope it doesn't regret it. Yeah, I'll say it trusts the Brotherhood with its weapons. Jackson can't be trusted. Keep an eye on him.
I'm his voice of reason. I'll keep him in check.
Well, he doesn't like you, so that's a problem.
Jameson asked me to give you this. I'm guessing you'll be on your way?
2,000 caps is basically nothing. Didn't make a bad profit of this at all. If you have any more jobs, let me know. Or I'm afraid so. It's been a journey, right?
Damn right. It's been a pleasure. Maybe we'll cross paths again. Until next time, courier.
And we're now, I think, idolized by the Brotherhood? Yes. Which is pretty cool. As you may be aware, this mod is a redux, so I'd like to thank my original voice actors in the old version. Without you guys, this mod wouldn't exist. Tyler Davis, Canosa, Vault Hunters Union, Science OG, Sir Fritz, Scott Brown, and Benjamin Tuttle. The old version is still available on the Nexus. Special shout out to the Frontier team. Check it out when it comes out. It was nice to work with you guys on that project. Another special shout out to the Project Brazil team, as well as for keeping Fallout New Vegas alive. Another shout out goes to Cellblock Psycho. These constant mod releases have kept me personally playing and got me back into modding. A shout out to Al Chestbreach is also in order. The New Vegas mod community is still live due to his mod reviews, letting people know what mods are available each week. Finally, a shout out to all the New Vegas players. Again, thanks everyone for playing. 1,300 experience. Just barely short of leveling up. And the Deterrent is done. I'm just going to check something real quick. I'm going to check two things. First of all, let's drop a quick save. Right here. How far back into Storm City can I go, I wonder? Requires a key. I unfortunately can't get back on that trail. Another thing I want to check. Yeah, I'm worried about my saves getting all screwy. But, I do know in an old version of the mod that Jameson dies off screen. I don't know if that's still the case. Kind of too bad that you can't go back or get any sort of other answers there, but oh well. That was quite a bit of fun. That's taken care of. We're now idolized by the Brotherhood. We're 2,000 caps richer. Plus, you know, the 8,000 that I gained from all the selling, and plus all the ones in my pocket. But that is enough for now. That has been a long episode. I think I'll just make this one big mega episode of the Deterrent. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We've completed the Deterrent. And now we have a couple other quests to follow up on. We've got some more DLCs to finish. We've got some more mods to finish. I think next time we're gonna work on cleaning up a couple of minor quests, and then maybe starting with maybe the Enclave, maybe following up with a golden ticket. We'll take a look around, see what we can complete, and to get working on some things. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Remember to be nice to other people and be awesome out there, and I will see you in the next one.